here's the thing. Like I had a conversation recently with a friend who was about the Katie Hill thing, was basically saying like how could someone be so stupid to keep these things on your phone? I actually don't. It's misplaced. Like the wrong person is the person who's committing revenge porn crime is the person who's releasing these. And there are a million ways that it can happen. And I just refuse to judge someone like whatever, like, cause it's just not it's not that person's to give. It's not that person's to do. And, I don't care how careless they are.
Yeah, I mean, I was just, I was going to say, like, I had my car stolen because somebody walked in. I left my front door open. They walked into my house, took my car keys off the kitchen table, and went and stole my car. And the insurance agent was like, well, maybe you shouldn't have left your door unlocked. And I'm like, so I just want to be clear. The person who committed a crime is the person who is driving the car that doesn't belong to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I think
walked into your freaking house.
Yeah.
It was a creepy.
That was breaking entry. Yeah. But so Katie Hill did not commit a crime.
Right.
She's probably the victim of a crime. And locally, it was State Representative John Lesh who really pushed the revenge porn stuff on the state level. She did
that passed, right?
Yeah. So. Katie Hill did violate House rules by having a relationship with a staffer. But she's not being.
And I believe that relationship was from the campaign, so it predated.
Yeah.
Like what?
I'm not sure.
Whatever it is, like
But what I think is, and I lost my train of thought on it. But getting back to what Javier said about refusing to judge, ultimately, with whether it's Al Franken, whether it's Katie Hill, whether it's the next person, I mean, I think that the outrage culture that we're in has to let some people judge, and those people are the voters, because if Al Franken wouldn't have stepped down, maybe he would have weathered it. Maybe Katie Hill would have too. Maybe it wasn't worth it for either of them to kind of put their families through this. And that's their decision to make, and they've both made decisions. But ultimately, whether someone, because Katie Hill also, there was pictures of drug use, which once upon a time was probably a much bigger deal than it is now too. Marijuana, but
which is now legal in California.
It's legal in the state where she was.
But my point is let the people decide whether they think she's a good person, a bad person, or somewhere in between.
Can I just say, like, I know we're having a broader conversation.
There's actually breaking news on this. Minnesota state senator says he's a victim of revenge porn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh God, can I hope it's not a couple that I don't want to see revenge porn of?
Minnesota State Senator Scott Dibble disclosed Friday that graphic images of him were sent to his colleagues by a person with whom he had an intimate virtual relationship, an act he considers to be revenge porn.
I mean, that is literally the definition of revenge.
So there you go. Yeah. So I know Senator Dibble, Scott, great guy, worked with him for many years.
Hasn't he been on the podcast?
He has been on the podcast.
Can I read? He said, the fact of the matter is this person was threatening to do this to me for a long, long time. I've been coerced and threatened and harassed by him since we had that brief relationship, and I've been attempting to end it for a number of months. Quite honestly, he committed a crime. This is revenge porn. This is sharing of explicit images that were understood to be private. You know what? Thank you, Scott Dibble, for... So this just makes me so freaking angry. Like, literally just, someone just sent this to me, and the article, and... that's exactly what we need to be talking about is the person who did this, not Scott Dibble has nothing to be embarrassed about.
Yeah.
And why are people so freaking horrible? Jesus Christ.
I don't know. People get dumb. They get crazy. They get jealous. And then this is a way to attack someone in such a personal, deeply personal way. Really invasive, really, it's like somebody walking in your house, right? Mm-hmm. It's just got to feel terrible.
We all have to be our strongest own advocates on this and protect ourselves to the best we can. I'm not saying anybody did anything right or did anything wrong, but at the end of the day, you can't trust anyone but yourself. So be very careful about who you're trusting with pictures, even if there's an agreement that they're private.
Can I say one thing though? Because we're talking about Representative Hill, we're talking about Senator Franken, and while there are some commonalities about pictures that get shared and people who end up resigning, the allegations, which we now know more about, but the allegations against Senator Franken were about non-consensual touching.
Yeah. That's the other piece of this.
It's really very different than the fact that somebody had an affair or some type of private relationship
Yes.
that somebody else then weaponized in order to
Because
attack.
I have heard that too.
And
I've
I know-
heard Me Too pushback,
and,
right?
Right, and I know,
Right.
I know that you do not think they're the same, and you're lumping them together for other reasons. But I do feel like it's.
But
worth
no,
distinction.
what my point was,
Yeah.
but for the photographic evidence, Al Franken might not have resigned. That was my point.
Yes, but yes, I'm hearing a lot of pushback on sort of Me Too with Katie Hill, and like, but the difference between Matt Lauer, Harvey Weinstein, all those folks
yeah.
that went away
Yes.
is it we're talking about non-consensual harassment, sexual, I mean, like all of that. That is not what's being alleged here at all.
I'm sorry. Like,
Well,
Scott Dibble's a friend of mine, and it
Yeah,
just
no,
it really
he's-
bums me out.
He's
Yeah.
a
He's
great
just
guy, and there's really no reason to.
sad that someone did.
Okay.
Should we take breaks now that we're on video?
well, we're gonna take some time to pay some bills. So, first, I want to say put up that the Nordly.com. Amy Klobuchar shocked to hear she's still running for president. For more of the northernmost satire in America, go to the newest sponsor of Wrong About Everything, the Nordly.com.
Nordly, are you trying to get us killed?
They're super funny,
I-
but also can just to editorialize Nordly. Two things that happened today. Number one, Beto O'Rourke has dropped out.
Oh.
And number two, Julian Castro has met the limit to stay in a bit longer.
Well,
I
and
donated to
Klobuchar's
the
at 4%. There's Clomentum.
That's
That sounds like something that when I forgot to
So-
get
It's
vaccinated
It's one
for
stop
HPV.
global shop. That's our
One stop Klobuchar.
So hey Brian, hey Mr. Sanders. So Brian,
Yeah.
presuming that after you pay all of your alimony, you have any. Where do you keep your money?
In my wallet. Why are you asking?
I thought you were smarter. This is blatantly not true. I did not think you were smarter. If you were smarter, you'd keep it in a Minnesota credit union.
Oh, I do, like 1.7 other Minnesotans.
See, we can agree on
1.7 other Minnesotans.
1.7 million other
I was
Minnesotans.
gonna say.
0.7 of them are McDaniel.
Yeah.
See?
What's happening? I knew that was
We
coming.
can